right. Welcome everybody to the Rewatchers Council Angel edition. Brand new to us here on the Let's Get Ready network. Here, of course, with council member Adelia Chamberlain. Adelia, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Snark. How are you?
I'm doing fine. So we're going to be talking about the 5 seasons of Angel now. The four that run concurrent with the Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the one that completes after season 7
Mm-hmm.
of Buffy is over. A little bit of history for Angel, just in case some people don't know. Back in season 2, David Greenwald, one of the writers and co-producers of Buffy, and the show's creator, thought that maybe David Boreanaz could anchor a series of his own. Here, Adelia.
Mm-hmm.
This comes after filming I Only Have Eyes for You, that episode where Buffy and Angel get possessed by the
Yeah, I remember
teacher
that
and the
episode.
student. So
Yeah.
they believe that Angel has a superhero quality. All right, and in the first
You can
few episodes,
tell.
they kind of
Yeah, you can tell.
a lot of it makes zero sense. I'll
No, it
say
doesn't.
this: Angel takes a little while for an established character. Angel takes a little while to get its feet underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it quite knows what it wanted to be, especially in the beginning. Eventually, and it's gonna have really good episodes and stuff. Like don't worry about that. But yeah, again, yeah, it's kind of a feeling out process for Angel,
Yeah.
especially in the beginning. So turns out Angel is gonna go. He's gonna have to search for redemption outside Sunnydale after everything that happens at the end of season 3. So he does just that. He moves all the way, Adelia, 3 hours down the road or whatever to Los
To
Angeles.
Los
But
Angeles. Yeah.
yeah, they promise in this series it's going to be grittier and darker themed, and they certainly have some episodes that are going to meet that mission statement. They had
Mm-hmm.
one episode that I guess the network absolutely wouldn't let them do. It was too dark. It
Interesting.
was supposed to be the second episode. For goodness sake, they said no, not that one. So yeah, again, they're finding their feet in this first little bit. They're definitely going to have some that are reminiscent of the more of the campy Buffy style. Just think puppets. That's all you need to know about that. Yeah, this rewatch, like Buffy, though, will also have the shadow of now knowing what was going on behind the scenes, stuff like that. The
Mm-hmm.
set wasn't necessarily considered a safe place, certainly by
Yeah.
quite a few of the cast. We will choose to celebrate the art and those that contributed to it, and just not the artist. He
Yeah.
will not be mentioned.
The showrunner doesn't need to be brought up ever.
No, it's we know who he is and
Yeah.
what he is. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Enough about him. Anyways, let's get on. So, main cast so far that we've met. Of course, David Boreanaz. He's
Mm-hmm.
going to continue his run from Buffy. He's going to be a lead actor on primetime television every year from 1997 to 2023.
That's just crazy to think about.
He got found walking his dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Charisma Carpenter. She's coming over. Thank goodness for that. This is going to begin her run, Adelia,
Mm-hmm.
as the lowest paid actress on primetime television. Lead
That's just
actress.
not right.
Yeah,
That's
the
just not
lowest paid
right.
lead actress. Glenn Quinn. He's going to be there as well. He's best known as Mark Healy, of course, Becky's husband from Roseanne. I guess he was on for 7 seasons. He had a demon in him on the show,
Mm-hmm.
Adelia. Also, unfortunately, a demon off the show as well.
Mm.
Now, we also meet Christian Kane, who plays Lindsay McDonald through the show. He's an attorney at Wolfram and Hart. Wolfram and Hart is going to be throughout the entire series. You'll get to know
Yeah.
much more about them as it goes on. There's an interesting fact about him that I'm going to share much later
Okay.
in the show. Now,
Okay.
turning to City of, couple of featured actors here. Vito Rugens, I believe that's how you say his name. It is. I have a little difficulty with names occasionally in dealing.
Occasionally, yes.
Yeah, he's gonna play Russell. He's had roles in Cliffhanger and The Fast and the Furious. I'm sure Ferris would at least recognize him from that.
Ferris would have known who he was, I bet, yeah.
Yeah, and Tracy Middendorf, she's had roles on Days of Our Lives, DS Star Trek DS9, 90210. With all your pals,
Mm-hmm.
Adelia.
Yep.
CSI, Lost. She's in a bunch of stuff. I think she was also in New Nightmare, that Freddy Krueger movie. One of your favorites, I'm
Hmm.
sure.
No.
So, okay. Well, we'll see about that. Now, last time on Buffy, just to set the stage for Angel here, she had just started college. She's getting, she feels like a bit of a duck out of water there. Everyone
Mm-hmm.
is, seemingly has other things to do than Buffy. So, more on Buffy on the flagship Rewatchers Council Buffy edition. Those are live Thursdays at 5 o'clock Central Time, 6:30 in Newfoundland, and then whatever it is, 3 o'clock
3
Pacific.
p.m. 3 p.m. Pacific, yeah.
There, I did it.
We just started season 4 yesterday.
Yes, yeah. And again, and without the showrunner, even though he writes and directs the first one, now we can just call him the creator. He doesn't run the show over there anymore.
Yeah.
Uh, Even with him contributing that, it feels different. It's going to feel different this season for sure. Great episodes, but it just feels different. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
to City of, we talk about Angel has moved all the way to Los Angeles. He needed to get away from Buffy as far, as a simple bus ride would go, I guess. And turns out, yeah, he has a car now.
He does.
What is with that? Why would Angel? I don't get
He
vampires in
has a
cars.
car and it's a
And it's a
convertible.
convertible. Yes, the exact thing vampires need. That
Exactly.
it's a sunny out. Get the top down. Whatever. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
he Angel, poor Angel here. He's still wanting to help the helpless. He runs into and befriends a man named Doyle, who just happened to be lingering around his new place that has like
Mm-hmm.
an office upstairs, a huge spider-only thing. Of course, this guy supposedly has no money. How
Yeah.
does he had a mansion in Sunnydale. He has this enormous space in Los Angeles, which the rent is cheap. I'm sure in Los
Oh,
Angeles.
I'm sure.
I, I'm pretty
It is
sure
not.
it's famous for its affordable places to both
No, it is not. It
live
definitely is
and.
not.
Anyways, Doyle has a pretty thick Irish accent. He has
Mm-hmm.
not lost it, you know,
No.
unlike our hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you would have had Liam Angel speaking with Doyle or whatever, it would have been pretty obvious. But
Yeah.
maybe someone's faking it. Anyways, Doyle has been sent by the powers that be. Again, something that's going to come up a lot throughout the entire series. The powers that be, they send Doyle visions, and maybe good things or maybe bad, but it's supposed to point Angel into the direction of people that he can help, where he can do the most good. He gives a ton of exposition.
Mm-hmm.
He Everybody except Angel seems to give a ton of exposition, not just in this one. As it gets going or whatever, everyone has to re-explain Angel's whole story.
Yeah, I realized that they did Doyle telling the story of Angel's life to catch up people who didn't watch Buffy, but I was also like, who's watching this show other than Ferris, who watched
One
this show
person,
but not Buffy?
yeah,
Who's
Ferris.
watching this show that didn't watch Buffy?
Yeah, this is the Ferris monologue here for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's also supposed to keep an eye on him since he recently drank blood. You don't want him relapsing and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. So, uh, fairly ironic.
Yeah.
No, but also, I should mention all these visions for Doyle come with a great amount of pain,
Mm-hmm.
even as a half demon. So let's keep that in mind. So he gives Angel a note about a girl named Tina at a coffee. at a coffee place. It's called the Coffee Spot.
Mhm.
So he has to go save there because he's not only supposed to save lives, Adelia, but souls as well. Isn't
Mhm.
that nice? He's almost
Yeah.
like a preacher man. Anyways, he's also supposed to, he's supposed to save his own soul while
Mhm.
he's at it. He has a mission statement. Now, he tracks her down in 2 seconds, it seems. Uh,
Yeah.
well, he's a very good investigator for someone who hasn't officially started investigating yet.
Mhm.
Yet has this awkward conversation with her. There's again the beginning of the show, just bad
Very
conversations.
awkward. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
asking her if she's happy. Well, eventually she's going to meet up with him after work. He does. She gets dressed up when she meets him. Points some mace at him.
Mhm.
I don't know if that would work. Well,
I don't know if that would, I mean, it
If it
might.
if it had garlic in it, if it was like flavored mace.
Well, I mean, like, pepper spray in the eyes, I think would hurt anyone.
I suppose you're right. Well, these guys can take bullets, though, so who knows? Uh, so she
Well, it's
thinks
not like
that,
the bullets don't hurt them.
yeah. Well, yeah, I guess you're right. It's just like I still don't get the whole not breathing thing, maybe, but I guess if you get it directly in the eyes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Now, she thinks that he works for this guy named Russell. He convinces her that he doesn't. Just by saying, no,
Yeah.
she still doesn't want any help. This is where, yeah, we get to see his convertible. For goodness sakes, he drives her to a Hollywood party
Mhm.
deal that she's supposed to attend. They end up getting separated, of course, but he bumps into our old pal Cordelia
Yeah.
Chase in LA, trying to
Mhm.
make it as an actress. Good for her. They catch up, and then she has to, she asks him if he's still
That
to
was
say.
funny. Are you
Yeah,
still
yeah. She is the most like her character of anybody on the show so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
Uh,
Cordy still seemed like Cordy.
yeah, she says she has to go talk to people that are somebody,
Yeah.
which is rude. You know what I
That
mean?
is rude. Yeah. But
And
it's Cordelia though. Like,
yeah, yeah,
I
no,
would
no, they
expect
get it.
Cordelia to say something like that. So yeah.
It's almost pleasant coming from her. I guess
Yeah.
if she didn't care, she wouldn't say anything at all. She sees now Angel sees somebody manhandling Tina. Next thing he knows, there's a couple of goons grabbing him, and a couple more put Tina into a car.
Mhm.
They don't make it out of the garage. Then there's this guy named Stacy that warns
I
them.
thought it was really stupid. This
Yeah,
part where he's jumping into his car and then it's not his car because there's two convertibles exactly the same parked near each other.
that are from the
What?
1960s.
Because that is not a brand new, like, new to the 90s convertible. That is a very old car. Why would there be two exact ones of those parked there?
Yep.
I thought
Uh,
that was really dumb.
well, again, getting their, trying their feet. Of course, all these people have written numerous uh, episodes of television. Probably
Hmm.
should have known better, but
Yeah.
they didn't. Anyways, there's this guy named Stacy that's gonna warn Angel. Angel just deals with the guy, no problem.
I love how he's like, I can tell you're not going to pull the trigger. And Angel just decks him. He was like, good call.
Yeah. Uh, we get to Cordy's place now. As her agent's on the phone.
She has completely lied about her place, by the way. She told Angel she has a condo in Malibu on a beach.
This
That's
is
not where she's at.
Yeah, she's continuing the lie that she started in high school and stuff like that. She still has this image or whatever that she
Hmm.
wants to project. Of course, she gets into exposition later about what happened
Yeah.
to her dad's money and fills
Yeah.
everybody back in, everything that happened. But this time it's her agent. I'm imagining her agent. I don't know, maybe
Yeah,
manager.
I think
Who knows?
that's her agent or manager or
Yeah,
somebody.
giving her some bad news on her machine of all things that
Hmm.
no one wants her to even audition anymore.
Yeah.
Poor
That's not great,
Cordelia.
Cordy.
Yeah, you've been in town for a couple months, and they've already said none of this ever.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants it.
Don't come back.
Yeah. Oh well. Tina's at Angel's place. She thinks Angel wants more. If you know what I mean.
Hmm.
He wants that perfect happiness. Maybe you never know. He assures her that all he's offering is a safe space for her. He wants to know more about Russell, of course. Though She doesn't want him to get involved. Russell's a real fan of pain. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Not probably in a kinky way. She
Probably
says if you
not.
try to leave, he'll kill you. Just like this one girl, Denise.
Mhm.
And Angel says, "Well, not anymore. You know, we're gonna do something about this." We see Angel doing research. Denise down at the public library. Angel, Angel doing research by himself on
Mhm.
three separate computers.
Yeah.
Angel,
Angel.
Angel, who has never owned a television, would have, to our knowledge, absolutely
Yeah.
no experience on
I mean,
computers at all.
maybe he watched Willow enough. Who knows?
Maybe he's grown. Yeah, because he's had Angel do, or Angel's gone to Willow's place into her room to have her do stuff on the computers. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, this guy just knows how to do it on three different ones at
I
once.
know. It's not
Anyway,
it was weird.
why three computers? Why not just use tabs? If he knows so much about computers, just
Yeah.
open up a different. Oh well.
I don't think we had different tabs in the 90s, Snark.
Oh really? There wasn't
No.
Windows or anything like that that you could just.
No, you could open up the browser once and then you had your one web page. I don't think we had tabs
What a world!
until
What a world we are living in. Hey,
I
how about
know.
this? So we
I
got
know.
multiple tabs. Anyways, it takes them absolutely no time to figure out that this Denise
Yeah,
girl's murdered.
absolutely no time.
Yeah, it's one. It's like, oh, we found this on the. It's on her phone. This girl Denise. It's like, oh, I found her in life. Oh, there's a picture of a tattoo. It's got to be Denise's. Got to run that up.
Yep.
Anyways, he heads back. Got to give Tina the news here. Finds an MO for Russell about killing women. Of course, not great. Then Tina finds the note that Doyle wrote. Of course, the one where it's like, you got to go to the coffee spot here, and of course she's going to jump to the wrong conclusion, which is the
Of
right
course.
conclusion.
It's
Let's
the
just
right
say this:
conclusion.
she jumped
Yeah,
to the right conclusion.
Tina getting to this conclusion absolutely made sense.
Yeah, I get it, Tina. No problem. She at least thinking that Russell isn't on it again for some reason.
Mhm.
Angel's gonna chase her. He grabs her. Unfortunately, this is one of those times where they play with the sunshine rules. It takes 1 second for the sun to start burning him. Other times it's
Mhm.
taken, nothing at all when he's been in the courtyard. But what are you gonna do? He vamp faces. Of
Mhm.
course, this is gonna freak her out,
Yep.
and then she runs off.
Yep.
Runs off, gets to her own place, which is smart when someone's looking for you. The one place they'll never find you, the place you live. Anyways, Russell
Mhm.
was waiting for her at that building.
I would like to know how Russell got there in the daylight.
Yep. I've been thinking about this a lot. I have no workable theories yet, other than to say, although Sunnydale was built by basically a guy demon with the mayor, that was made so it could be accessible to demons down below
Mhm.
the sewers. I'm just imagining there's a lot of sewer things in Los Angeles.
Oh,
I have no
I'm
idea.
sure there is. Maybe he says he owns the building that she's living in, right?
You'd still have
So,
to get there.
yeah, he had to get there somehow, but maybe there's some sort of like entrance from the sewer or something in the building.
There's gotta be. Oh, it's not the kind of building you'd want to live in. I'm gonna tell you that.
No.
Anyways, uh, she points a gun at him. He's unconcerned. Oh yeah, I guess we kind of spoiled that who he is because then she asks him about Denise. He tells her not only is she still alive, Adelia, they were just talking the day before. She starts lowering the gun.
Yeah.
Ask her what she wants. She says she wants to go home. He says done. And then that's who put those crazy ideas about him hurting Denise into her head. And she tells him about Angel and what he turned into. And then he does it and bites her. And
Mhm.
Angel's going to find her dead on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have a few questions throughout this episode just to throw at you. One, did you expect Tina to get killed halfway through the show?
No, not really.
This one kind of comes out of left field. I remember the
Yeah.
first time watching it, I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah, it's usually you don't get the person that you're helping
That
out
you're
dead,
trying to save dead halfway through the show. Yeah.
through the
That's not
show.
usual.
Yeah, especially for Buffy or the Buffy universe. Now, He's going to go back to his spacious place that he's living in, supposedly rent free, I would imagine. He and Doyle get down to finding Russell. They're going to start by finding the Stacy guy and but tracking his car. So I guess you could do that just by finding
Mhm.
license plates. I don't know. I didn't know you could do that.
Well, he asks Doyle to start looking at chop shops,
That's another
and
thing.
he gives him phone books.
Yeah. What if the guy just bought the car? Why would he would? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he also wants to make sure that Doyle knows he doesn't want to share his feelings. That's the kind of guy Angel's going to be now.
Until he's face to face with Russell, and then he'll share his feelings.
Yes, that's right. Russell has a big place. Let's not
Huge.
understand. Let's not underestimate this.
Yeah,
It is massive.
it's massive, yeah.
It is bigger, probably, than Ferris's place, which is, I'm imagining, a huge mansion as well. We see Lindsay for the first time.
Mhm.
He seems to know quite well who Russell really is, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Gives him an alibi for Tina's murder, which is awful nice and stuff like that. I don't know if most lawyers are supposed to do that. He tells him
It's
that,
terrible.
yeah, he tells him Wolfram and Hart is a full service law firm.
Mhm.
Then Russell notices Cordy in this little video he's watching from the party. He,
Yeah.
he tells Lindsay, maybe we could find this girl here. It's like, should I start writing up, the alibi for this one too? So, no. I'm just gonna eat this one. Like, like Cordy can't get a job. Now she's just
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, that was
Rid-
I was not happy about that.
Ridiculous. Angel has found Stacy, meanwhile, uh,
Mhm.
and then uses violence to presumably find out where Russell is.
Mhm.
That Stacy is a pretty loose lipped when he's got a
Yeah.
knuckle sandwich coming to him, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean. We see Cordelia Chase meditating.
Yeah, that was an interesting scene.
That was weird. We also find out that she's starving, which is
Mhm.
also strange. The girl that had the camera at the party has sent her an invite to go meet Russell. This is another question I had. Again, once in a while they play fast and loose with the rules of being a vampire on these shows.
Mhm.
That girl with the camera had taken pictures of Tina, I would imagine, as well. If she was going in. Why wouldn't she be questioning why she can't see Angel? She
Yeah.
obviously talked about him. Everyone was talking about him at that party. They had that one guy that was saying like, "No, you're an actor," which is almost essentially what happened with Angel
The
or
Dave
whatever,
yeah,
like with
with
David
him and the
Boreanaz
Boreanaz.
when he first gets the jobs and stuff like that. Anyways, Cordelia gets an invite to go meet with Russell. We found out his last name is Winters. There you go. He's sending a limo to go pick her up. Cordelia Chase loves herself a limousine. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Uh, Angel grabs a bag of weapons. I don't think he ever uses any of them, but
No.
he has them just in case. Doyle drives to back out of helping for whatever reason. He didn't have to do it. He just is the wheelman, for God's sakes. He just has to
Mhm.
drive him there. Anyways, so he goes over there. Cordy meets Russell, gives him some quick exposition on her backstory. Like we said, it's all exposition for the most part in this entire story. Angel gets to the gate, knocks out Russell's gate guard by asking if like the Vikings game. Oh, is this the Vikings game? Doesn't even wait
I
for an answer.
I mean, at this point in time, I don't believe there was an NFL team in Los Angeles, so I
No,
guess they just went with a team.
sure. Why the Vikings? I'm
The
surprised. No,
Vikings are in
no.
Minnesota. I mean,
Yeah,
you'd think you'd ask like if it was maybe the 49ers since there was another California team or something, but no. The
I was
Vikings.
imagining just Boreanaz being such a Philadelphia guy saying the Eagles, but
Well,
whatever.
didn't Doyle when he was trying to back out of things say he was going to meet up with some people and watch the Vikings game?
Oh, maybe he did. Maybe that's
I
something
think
that
he
just
did.
right
So
over my head.
I think that's something that he asked because of what Doyle said to him.
Yeah. Well, he tells Doyle that if he isn't back in 10 minutes, he isn't going to be back, which is
Mhm.
pretty
That's
dire.
dramatic.
Yeah, I was like, okay, buddy. Like, remember, you're the hero of the show, and it's just getting started. Anyways, we get back to Cordy. She keeps giving Russell information. He says that she has him now. What does she want? This is when she takes stock of everything that's been going on around here and her surroundings, and realizes that Russell, of course, is a vampire.
I love her like realization of like, I know what a vampire is. I'm from Sunnydale. We had our own Hellmouth.
The
It was
curtains, the no
hysterical.
mirrors. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do also like saying, no, I'm not. Yeah,
Mhm.
that was a great scene between these two. Anyways, yeah, so he's trying to deny it. Then she, of course, also realizes she's alone with this guy, which isn't good.
Mhm.
And then we see Angel setting up detonations for some
Yeah.
reason. I have no idea why. Why would he even bother with this stuff?
I don't know.
Anyways,
Again, to be dramatic.
yes, it's because they have an idea of what they want Angel to be. It's not
Mhm.
just enough that he has
They
the
want him to
powers
be
of a vampire.
Batman.
They
They
want
want
him
him to be
to be
Batman.
Batman because he also has a grappling hook.
He has a grappling hook. We'll get to the end of the episode, but there's that shot at the very end of the episode of
With
him like
him on the
standing on top of
building,
the building looking out. Yeah, this is totally Batman.
they should have like the
The angel symbol
the
in the
angel
sky.
symbol on the
Yeah.
moon or something like that.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, angel. Yep. Anyways, he gets on the balcony with a grappling hook. It's something that, of course, we'd be used to him just jumping onto, and we'd be
Mhm.
fine with it because vampire. That's it.
Yeah.
Cordy starts slowly running away from Russell. This is okay, guys, come on. At least try. Russell grabs
Yeah.
her. This is when the explosions start going off. It cuts the power. Angel shows up. Cordy tells Russell he's about to get his ass kicked, which is awesome.
Mhm.
They
I
start,
love how she's like, "You don't know who he is."
yeah,
It's very funny.
they start fighting. Uh, then Winters' goons show up. They start shooting. He's blocking all the bullets away from Cordelia.
Mhm.
Grabs her. They jump down. Uh, Doyle has decided, okay, this is enough. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, Doyle hears the gunshots and is like, "I'm gone."
Yeah, and then of course turns around. He's gonna go crash this
He's
gate.
less than a block.
Yeah,
He turns around and tries to crash the gate.
yeah.
Does not work.
Does nothing. I don't even know if it dented the car. That's a
It
pretty
did dent
solid
the
car.
car because the
Uh,
car is like got like steam coming out of the
uh,
front of it by the time Angel and Cordelia get to it.
yeah. So,
It busted the radiator, if nothing
oh,
else.
maybe. So eventually, well, they get in. The three of them are. It's good enough to drive, so they all drive off. We get back
Mhm.
to the office, I guess it is, and Cordy's. Or I guess this is more the apartment under the office. Cordy's
Mhm.
bandaging him up for some reason. And after Doyle's already plucked the bullets out, now she's worried that Russell's going to start coming after her. Now we cut to a tall building, which is like Russell's skyscraper
I
that he
don't know.
has.
I guess
We still don't know what he actually does.
he's an
Russell.
investment guy.
Yeah, I guess
The
so.
girl that when the girl calls Cordy and says Russell wants to meet her, she goes the investment guy or whatever. So that's who
What's
he
the
is.
maybe what's he investing? Anyways,
I don't know.
he's in a meeting with his lawyers. Of course, the Wolfram and Hart people are there. Lindsay lets him know that the authorities don't know who was at the party,
The intruder,
although
yeah.
Cordy says his name.
Mhm.
She says his name, and I guess well maybe he thought Angel was like a nickname or something like that.
Maybe.
Also, he says that they have their top private eyes
Mhm.
after him at this time as well, but doesn't matter because Angel's shown up. Uh,
Again, it's daylight out.
Yeah. Well, if Russell can get around through all
That's
this
true.
stuff, I guess Angel
That's true.
can figure it out as well. Everybody has a thing under the ground, I guess, like that.
Mhm.
Anyways, Lindsay gives him a card, informs him that Russell's never been accused or convicted of any crimes, and that they'll
Mhm.
bring Angel into the light of day, metaphorically and
Mhm.
otherwise. Because he knows what's going on here. Angel doesn't even acknowledge the guy. Russell tells him since he pays his taxes and doesn't make waves, that he can do whatever he wants, Adelia.
Yeah.
All right. So Angel
Pretty sure
then,
it doesn't work that way.
yeah, Angel asks if he can fly, and then pushes him out the window
Love
while
that.
while sitting on the chair. This is kind of to me a little Die Hardy or whatever as he falls down
Hmm.
and stuff like that.
This also, it took 1 second for Angel to catch on fire when he was reaching after Tina. Why does it take so long for this guy to catch on fire?
Maybe it's the wind. Maybe there was too much
Who
wind.
knows?
Who knows? Anyways, I
It
think
was
he also
very
starts.
funny though.
I think he starts on fire and then like from the front, and by the time no one even questions. Like that's another thing. It crashes out on the street. You see the chair, but no one
No one
questions
questions where the
why the
guy
guy was
is.
yelling. Oh,
Yeah.
what happened to this guy? Anyways, Los Angeles, I guess people just have better things to do. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? Anyways, Angel hands Lindsay the card back before he goes.
He doesn't
Lindsay,
hand it back. He puts it back in his
so,
pocket.
so that's something. Well, it's a bet. Lindsay says he has to set up a meeting when he gets with the office with the department meeting because there's a new
Hmm.
player in town.
Yeah. And
Adelia,
they don't need to involve the senior partners yet.
the senior partners again. We will know much more about that as the show goes on. We get to go back to Angels. He tries to call Buffy. And if you remember, it mirrors that scene in the freshman when Buffy's at home and just gets a hello, hello, and there's nothing there.
Hmm.
Doesn't he even have the guts to say, "How are you doing?" He just
Yeah.
hangs up the phone because he's a 248-year-old, 14-year-old, if you know
Yep.
what I mean.
Yep.
Uh, Cordius decided that Doyle lets him know maybe Tina isn't the one he needed to save. Maybe it was your old pal here. And then Cordy has decided that since Angel has to help people, maybe some of them could start paying some money, which is
And
what
pay her salary.
yeah, she gets a flat fee. Don't worry
Hmm.
about that. She will earn the money from this. It seems that Angel does not ever need to earn money. He gets free pig's blood, I
Hmm.
suppose. He has this huge place to stay because the LA is so
He
cheap to
has
live in.
to have money. Come on. This
Well,
is
she
ridiculous.
Well, she says that she's the only, like he's been alive for 250 years and he never set up a 401k or something like that. He has no money.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is where we kind of get the idea that they're going to have a business. Angel Investigations is going to start. Angel as a detective with grappling hooks.
This is definitely them trying to make him Batman.
But the pose was the best
The
afterwards. Whatever.
pose at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the end of Angel. The next one up, oh boy, it's Lonely Hearts. It's Angel at a singles bar in the '90s in LA.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, we'll get some other. We'll get another recurring character introduced in that one, but yeah, I would really have liked to have seen that darker episode instead of what we get. The second episode, weird little
Yeah.
alien thing. Anyways, that's it for Angel. That's it for the first episode of the Rewatchers Cancel Angel edition. Adelia, how are you thinking about that?
I enjoyed this episode, but it was a little weird.
Weird.
In parts. I hope Angel gets more feeling like Angel after a while. But you got to give series time to find their feet. You can't expect the first episode to be brilliant. So I'm hoping it
Even
gets
if,
better.
yeah, even though it's sad, he's been on Buffy since the beginning, but it's not like he had so many episodes centered on him.
That's
In fact,
true.
I think we had what
Just
maybe one. Even the one that was named Angel has barely
yeah,
featured him or whatever in the
yeah.
first season.
I think that I watched this whole series. I don't remember it because I didn't really remember much about this episode, but it'll get better. I'm sure.
It gets better. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's yeah. We've barely scratched the surface. The gang isn't together yet.
yeah.
There's lots to do and stuff like that. Just that first season, it's it's a full 22 episodes, unlike Buffy's 13, where they had to kind of get things going right away and
Hmm.
stuff like that. So I think they take a little bit more time with this one. But when Angel gets on his feet, it's pretty enjoyable. It's
Yeah.
not Buffy, like in my opinion. It's
No,
not
Buffy's
Buffy, but
better. Buffy's
yeah,
definitely better, but this is still good.
Yeah, it'll be good. All right. That's it for this. Delia, still lots of stuff to do here on the Let's Get Ready
Mhm.
Network. Can you tell me what you're going to be up to?
Well, this weekend on Saturday and Sunday, we're doing WrestleMania watch alongs over on the Sports Channel. Those are starting at 4 p.m. Pacific on Saturday and on Sunday. Me, Justin, Matt Munoz is going to join us for those, and we will see if anybody else is around. Then next week, Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, over on the Sports Channel, we're doing starting 11. Me and Snark recapping the week that was in the Premier League. We'll be back for Buffy on Thursday uh, live at 3 p.m. Pacific, and then the Angel episode 2 will drop on Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific.
Let's
Yeah.
not forget.
Somewhere in there next week too, I believe we're doing a first round of the NFL draft watch along over on the Sports Channel. There's links to both channels in the description of this episode. Please go over there and subscribe.
Friday, like just after, like within hours, I'm going to be live with Ryan Christensen
Yep.
talking about the NHL playoff predictions over
I
on
may be on
Draft
that
Beard.
show too.
Delia, you should be there as well because, of,
Hmm.
like you said, someone's got to run. Someone's got to keep the Canadians in check. You know
Yes.
what I mean? And as we wait for our 2.5 month countdown until Winnipeg wins the Stanley Cup and
Not happening.
fulfills our destiny,
President's Trophy curse. That's all I'm saying.
it's yeah, for a club that's never won anything ever, I'll
Doesn't
take it.
matter.
I'll take the trophy.
Yeah.
I'll take whatever trophy we can get. Okay,
Yep.
and I think you've covered everything else. So, guys, thanks so much. Until next time, Angel, we bid you a fond. See you later.